Hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Dollars. Today, we're unpacking a major federal court decision that could redefine how the government handles your most personal information. The Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, just hit a major legal roadblock in its attempt to access the private data of millions of Americans through the Social Security Administration. At the heart of this case? A battle over data privacy, government authority, and how federal agencies should handle sensitive records entrusted to them by the public. Legal experts are calling this a landmark moment, and it could impact everyone from retirees to disability claimants and beyond. So, what exactly happened? Why does it matter? And how could it affect you? We're breaking it all down today. But first, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to Daily Dollars so you're always ahead of the curve when it comes to Social Security changes and government policy. All right, let's get straight into it. In a divided decision, the United States Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit ruled against the Trump administration's request to lift a federal judge's injunction against DOGE. The vote was 9-6, a split that reflects just how contentious and high stakes this case really is. What's the injunction about? Well, it blocks DOGE from accessing millions of Americans' personal data stored in the Social Security Administration's internal systems. We're not talking about generic data here. We're talking about detailed, personally identifiable information, full Social Security numbers, mental and physical health records, financial history, banking details, and employment earnings. Supporters of DOGE argue that accessing this data is part of a larger, legitimate effort to combat fraud, eliminate waste, and improve operational efficiency across the federal government. They believe this work is vital to restoring trust in public systems and ensuring taxpayer money is spent wisely. However, according to the court, the manner in which DOGE sought access raised serious constitutional and legal concerns. The lower court, led by United States District Judge Ellen Hollander, questioned the Department of Government Efficiency's unfettered access and found it likely violated privacy laws and internal SSA regulations. Her injunction remains in place following this appellate ruling. This isn't just a legal squabble between government agencies, it's a case that directly affects the security of your most private information. Most Americans have data stored with the Social Security Administration. From your income and employment history to medical records linked to disability claims, the SSA handles incredibly sensitive information. If that data is accessed without adequate oversight or legal justification, it could open the door to potential identity theft, unauthorized surveillance, or misuse, whether intentional or not. The appeals court decision reinforces the idea that access to such information must be accompanied by clear safeguards. The court didn't rule out the importance of the mission of the DOGE, but emphasized that even well-intentioned goals must be carried out within legal boundaries. In his concurring opinion, Judge Robert King praised Judge Hollander's earlier decision. He called her ruling lengthy, thorough, and compelling, and noted that the SSA may have become a focal point in a larger political struggle over executive authority and administrative oversight. In the majority opinion, Judge King expressed concern over what he described as a push for broad, unrestricted access to the SSA's sensitive data systems. He underscored that this information was entrusted to the agency by the American people with an expectation of strict confidentiality and protection. According to his analysis, allowing open-ended access without strong legal parameters could erode public trust and violate fundamental privacy principles. His opinion was joined by 6 other judges, signaling a strong consensus within the majority for placing firm limits on how agencies manage and use citizen data. Judge Hollander's ruling also acknowledged that the goal of combating fraud and improving efficiency is a legitimate and worthy one that many Americans likely support regardless of political affiliation. However, she stressed that this case is not about whether the goal of DOGE is valuable, it's about whether the agency followed the proper legal channels. And based on her findings, it did not. On the other side of the ruling, Appellate Judge Julius Richardson dissented. He raised concerns about how the case was handled procedurally, arguing that a traditional 3-judge panel, rather than the full appellate court, should have reviewed it. He also questioned the plaintiff's claims, noting that there was no concrete evidence DOGE had improperly accessed their specific personal information. Instead, He characterized their concerns as based on potential or theoretical harm rather than documented abuse. From the Republican or DOGE perspective, this case may also represent a broader concern over bureaucratic barriers that can slow down efforts to make government operations more efficient and accountable. Supporters argue that in the fight against fraud, access to detailed data is sometimes necessary, and that safeguards can evolve alongside access. This legal challenge didn't happen in isolation. A coalition of government employee unions, supported by the nonprofit legal advocacy group Democracy Forward, filed the lawsuit against DOGE. They claimed that the Department of Government Efficiency's access to SSA data posed serious privacy risks and operated without sufficient oversight. According to their argument, this approach not only violated internal SSA procedures, but may have crossed lines set by federal privacy protections as well. With so much at stake, they pushed for judicial intervention, and that's exactly what they got. Now, with the appeals court siding with the lower court, the next move of DOGE may be to take the matter to the United States Supreme Court. Whether the justices agree to hear the case is uncertain, but one thing is clear: this legal battle is far from over. In the meantime, Judge Hollander's order still allows SSA to share certain redacted or anonymized records, but only under strict conditions. DOGE officials must receive specialized training, and any data released must not reveal personally identifiable information. This ruling sets an important precedent in the ongoing debate about digital privacy and government oversight. As technology advances and government systems grow more interconnected, questions like these will only become more urgent. Let's take a step back and look at the broader implications. In 2025, data privacy is one of the most critical issues facing society, from policymakers and watchdogs to everyday Americans. With the rise of artificial intelligence, automation, and large-scale data sharing, the potential for overreach grows alongside the opportunity for innovation. This case is a reminder: access to data must be balanced with accountability. It challenges us to think about where we draw the line between efficiency and privacy, between fighting fraud and following the rules. Whether you're a government employee, a Social Security recipient, or simply someone who pays taxes, this case could have a lasting impact on how your personal information is collected, stored, and used in the years to come. This ruling may be seen as a win for privacy advocates, but the conversation is far from over. We'll be watching closely to see if the Supreme Court steps in, and we'll keep you updated every step of the way. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you believe government agencies like the Department of Government Efficiency should have broader access to Social Security data in the fight against fraud? Or do you think strict privacy safeguards should always come first? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe to Daily Dollars, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching Daily Dollars. I'll see you in the next video.